So, let me just get this back a bit. So, Carl Benjamin, Sargon, Akkad, Dankula, Marcus Meacham have all joined UKIP, and massive from a political point, massive subscribers to their own political use. So Count Dankula is obviously a comedian. So this is going to be absolutely huge. I mean, the amount of people who are now, which are using the Jared Baton looks like he has completely turned round. Having talked to him just recently myself, and he seems like a very impressive type of man. And we have now seen three, I mean, they're massive, massive names on the internet. And this could be a complete turning point for the guys, for UKIP and Jared Baton. The amount of people that will come to UKIP because of these names is absolutely huge. I mean, it's absolutely incredible how large the four guys have actually got. So I am I'm going to cover this. This is the biggest story I think that's actually broken. I think people with stand up to racism, which is I think Diane Abbott's, who is one of the most racist anti-white people that you could potentially meet, or anti-white racism that she bestows upon the world. That her organisation were basically trying to shut down democratic process. I mean, it's beyond authoritarian. The mob control by the that Lewisham, when the people were speaking. Absolutely disgusting. And what is now, they've stood up and said they're all joining UKIP. So UKIP completely do a 1-6 in the party. And these guys are young people. This is young people who have got a massive following that will be able to convert the youth because they agree with what they're saying. And people are starting to oppose the authoritarianism of the state, of Islam, the disgusting theological aspects of Islam, which are just completely authoritarian. The authoritarian nature of Theresa May, Jeremy Corbyn, even the Liberal Democrats, who are now becoming a Liberal Party. All of these people, or all these parties, have now just had to wake up to the biggest names, biggest political commentators that are actually out there just now. And we are actually now going to see a transformation potentially in British politics. Theresa May looks like she's been weak because obviously she's a Remainer. The Conservative Parties is packed with globalists. I think what we're going to do is actually start to develop a list of all the actual Remain MPs that are in the actual House of Parliament, and these ones might be targeted because if you believe in mass immigration, if you don't believe in any sort of immigration, if you believe that illegal immigrants should be allowed to stay in a country when they've illegally come into the country, that means you're believing a de facto open immigration policy. So this is huge news. I don't know if the guys were serious, but if the guys are serious, this is the biggest thing for UKIP since Nigel Farage got UKIP to win the actual elections, the European elections. And these guys could conceivably transform British politics. And if Tommy Robinson, when he comes back out, joins UKIP with his support, the whole thing is going to be absolutely massive, absolutely massive. And this could start to go back to the sort of stages where UKIP were a political force again, especially now if Theresa May, which looks very likely, does not produce the Brexit outcome that was voted on by the people. If she does not produce a Brexit that was on the lines, and if the Remainers, because she is a Remainer, if the Remainers have fudged it in such a way that they don't actually do or actually implement the democratic wishes of the British people, then everybody's going to join UKIP. The Conservatives and the Labour Party will lose their members. And there's 17.4 million people who voted for Brexit. That will take every seat that's actually out there will actually then fall. And all the Remainers will actually then disappear. So there's going to be a list of compiled of those MPs who believe in mass immigration to displace the indigenous population, who do not believe in actual borders, who allow illegal immigrants to stay in the country. And now we're actually going to see the Remainers, those MPs that are going to the MPs that are going to still want to be part of the European Union, that's other authoritarian political construct. So this is a massive, massive day, and I think people all over the place. I think Anne-Marie Waters has to think about potentially coming back to UKIP. I think that Jared's a very intelligent man, just having a brief conversation with him, as I did. And I think that Anne-Marie Waters, it would be worthwhile actually coming back on board, because there will be transformations within UKIP as well, because of the amount of people that these guys will bring with them. And it'll be massive. It will transform British politics with these guys. If these guys are seriously committed to the transformation of UKIP into a significant political force, we are now going to see a massive, massive transformation in British politics. So that's my commentary on that. I think it's a monumental change. I mean, these guys in their own right, if one of them came on board, but we're having all three, this is absolutely massive. And increasingly young people are starting to agree. These are young men predominantly, but these are young men who people agree with, and they're having a massive resonance amongst the youth. So I would be completely concerned, or very seriously concerned, if I was in the Lib Lab Con party and you thought that this it's going to get worse and worse for the Lib Lab Con party. They're going to start losing MPs. I think, and I said this before, but this is a massive step forward. Tommy Robinson comes out and joins them, because obviously Jared had spoken with regards to Tommy Robinson's jailing and basically political jailing, now having political prisoners now in the UK. So he's basically supported them. If Jared actually lets Tommy into the party, and these guys, I mean, it's important that Caro and Marcus and Paul actually stand as candidates. There's such a big resonance that they should be standing as candidates. And we only have to look at the Stand Up Against Racism, who are just really just neo-communists, who are trying to prevent freedom of speech. We've not seen this in British politics, and it's backed by Diane Abbott, who is anti-white and racist. Well, we only have to look at the comments that Diane Abbott's made over the period of time to see she's an anti-white racist. And you only have to look at her constituency to see within 40 years that the Indigenous population has basically been pushed out of their own constituency, and I think only 30% within Diane Abbott's constituency within 40 years are now only describing themselves as British and white, or white British, or Indigenous, I should just say Indigenous British. Within 40 years, the majority of them have been pushed out of that constituency through the use of mass immigration. So we're now looking at a total revolution, a revolution in politics. And if Theresa May fudges the deal about Brexit, then what we're going to see is UKIP hitting higher proportions than they did before. And really, it will be about the targeting of MPs who are Remain. And we'll actually be looking at what they vote on and what they've actually said. And there'll actually be a targeting of these seats to actually get rid of them, especially if in a lot of for Labour who are in seats that voted overwhelmingly to exit the UK. And I think these, as individuals, there'll be infiltration of the parties as well. I think the Labour Party, the Liberals, and in a constituency basis will be infiltrated by people who are Brexiteers, and the MPs will be ousted, a bit like what Momentum's done. But overall, three parties, people will join the actual, like the Conservatives, and try and oust the Remain MPs. But if the 17.4 million people that voted for Brexit feel that they're getting cheated, then I think it's a good night Vienna for the Lib Lab Con Party. There are already major problems with the immigration issues that are actually happening in the UK, and they're being deliberately glossed over because obviously the political parties, the Lib Lab Con Party has signed up to the Union of the Mediterranean, and even though we have voted Brexit, they are deliberately trying to fudge the Brexiteers, because there is a disproportionate number of Brexiteers, Remainers in the actual Parliament, in the UK Parliament, and they will do their best to actually fudge the issues that we've actually voted for. So I don't think they're increasingly not being able to be trusted. Even the media is now becoming a problem. Nobody's believing the media. I think that's back to the fact that the BBC really needs to be privatised, start earning their money. And I think we're actually coming to a situation where we have now actually potentially seen the dam burst. And if these guys are serious about a commitment to UKIP, then we'll see changes in the UKIP party, maybe even a name change, maybe to the Freedom Party. And I think more and more people will be getting on board, because the lack of trust. Am I joining myself? I've got no plans just now, but I will see. I will consider it. I've never been in there. I've only been in when I was younger in the Conservative Party, and I helped get councillors running for the Scottish Libertarian Party. But I've never been in any other organisations, political organisations myself. So I'll certainly consider whether I'm going to join UKIP over the next period of time. But it's not beyond it. I've got a lot of respect for the guys that have actually just joined, and it's certainly something that will actually happen, and more people. UKIP's already got 10,000 new members in the last 12 hours. So I mean, the actual fact that these guys have joined has been a massive shot of adrenaline to that political party. So I'll have to consider whether I'm going to join. I'll let you know if I have joined. I've got other political aspirations and political things that I want to get sorted out over the next period of time anyway. So, but I just wanted to comment, it's massive that these guys have actually joined, and it will transform the actual party because of the weight of numbers that these guys will bring with them. So I just wanted to update that. I'll be joining UKIP. I would support these guys. I think everything that these guys say is usually correct. I think that these guys have got political insight. So who joined? Carol Benjamin, who's Sargon of sorry, I keep getting that wrong. Sargon of Akkad. Paul Joseph Watson joined, which she's off of Infowars, and Marcus Meacham, Count Dankula, have all joined the party, UKIP as a party, and there's been 10,000 people joined UKIP in the last 12 hours. So the actual followings, all of which I agree with. I don't think there's a hair between my political thoughts